All right, guys, welcome back to Steadfast Diecast. We are going to race some potential speed. We've got some cars that have either been in the case before in my top cars, one of the cases over there. Some of them have been in, and some of them are just now fast enough to be flirting with that the Gatekeeper speed. And so we're going to go ahead and put these down the track, have a little tournament between all of them. And I don't even know how many cars I have out here, but we'll work it down to the top cars, and then we'll see if they have enough to challenge the case. All right, let's do it. All right, first up, we've got the Lotus versus the Datsun right here. Datsun used to be in the case. Lotus is just now fast enough to be challenging. 1743 to a 1745. Those are some good times right there on my track. Let's see. On my track, it takes about. You really need to try to get under a 17.5 to do it. So Lotus takes that first race. Let's go to the next one. $17.37 by the Datsun. Datsun used to be in the case, so I'm not too surprised. I put it in a tournament racing with my boys, and I just never got it back in there. So 17:37, time to beat. All right, let's try switching the lanes. $17.40. Datsun looks like it's probably going to take this thing. And let's see. Lotus. Got to beat a 17:37. I don't know if it has it in them. 17:58. 17:60. All right. And so the Datsun will move on. All right, next up, we've got the Revert, one of my Reverts. This is number 6 of the Reverts. I've got a few Reverts in the case, but these did not quite make it in. Believe it or not, they're all not made the same, so we'll see. Versus 1809 to a 1778. I don't know if that's going to be enough for these guys. Hopefully they can pick it up. All right. Let's see here. Time machine. Oh, nope. Revert. 1765. Okay, that's a little bit better. It's a little bit better. We're flirting with an okay time now. We'll give them 4 races. See which one gets the best time out of the 4. Well, that ain't right. That's completely not right. I must have like hit the gate. Nobody's doing a 1549. Of course, I'll run it back. If somebody was doing a 1549, then I'd have to submit that into a tournament or something someplace. All right. $17.55 though. That's good. That's real good. Okay. 1755, it looks like the Revert's probably going to take it. I don't think the time machine can do anything with it. We'll see. And again, I must have been me going over the time, but it did not do a 16:23. Again, the fastest time on my track was a 17 or 16:77. Absolute fastest time. There we go. That's more like, oh, he beat it. He got the 17:54. All right, let's try it again. Okay, so the time machine putting up a fight. See if he can get it. 1750 now. Okay. Revert is trying to come back. Let's see if he can hold on to that. They keep getting faster, so that's good. Of course, the track is cleaned up, so that's good. 1749. What is going on? They keep getting a little bit faster each time. I like it. I like it. All right, maybe it's the slickness of the track. I don't know. Could be. Again, that's me. Yeah. They did not put up that. They did not put up those times. I'm gonna have to stay in the right position in order to get the right recording. Sorry about that, guys. There we go. That's more like it. 1756. All right, Time Machine might be the one to move on here. We'll give him one more race. Test it out. Yeah, Time Machine's getting that 1749 on that outside lane, so there we go. Time Machine will move on. All right, next up, I got the Datsun 240Z and then the Custom, and that was in that Fast and Furious line right there, Silver Series. 1748 to a 1751. All right, let's switch lanes. All right, lanes are swapped. $17.39 by the Datsun. Really, really good. Really, really good time. All right, so with that one getting a 17.53, we'll give it to this one right here. All right, next up, I've got another Datsun 240Z. This is not the same one that I had in my first video. That's another one. I got another one of that. And then that one is a Driftsta. It's hard to find a fast one of that. I like Japanese fantasy cars, but that one's actually decent. Let's see it. 1751 to a 1769. All right, let's swap the lanes. Okay, lanes are swapped. 1749, time to beat. 1746 by the Datsun. Or not the Datsun, but the Driftsta. There we go. All right, so let's see if that Driftsta can do something in the next round. All right, next up we got another Revert versus the Nissan 180. Nissan takes it with a 1732. Man, buddy, the track must be slick right now. They are doing good work. 1732 to a 1748. All right, let's swap the lanes. All right, lanes are swapped. 1739 Revert, not quite enough to take it. 1732 was the time to beat. And the Nissan will move on. So I changed my mind. I am going to put these down the track again. I got to see if we can get some more speed out of that Revert. It was coming close. 1742. Oh, I may not have needed to change my mind because the Nissan doing his thing. 1732, time to beat. See if they can do it. Nah, that Revert doesn't have enough, but it got close. 1737. So, okay. So this time, the Nissan for real does move on. All right, this next matchup is the Nissan Maxima Drift Car. This fell out of the case. And so it used to be in my top cars. And then this Rally Speciale used to be in the case as well. So These are both trying to get back in. Let's see what they got. A what? 1719. That is impressive. That's a really good time by the drift car. All right, let's swap the lanes. All right, lanes are swapped. 1719 is the time to beat. That's gonna be tough. 1746. All right, so the Maxima drift car will be the one to move on. All right, next up, we've got the Ford GT40 Matchbox. This used to be in the case, and so did this car. This is the Nissan Skyline. What is this? This is the HT 2000 GT-R. So one of my favorite, I love that casting, the way that it looks and all of that good stuff. I like the box style Skylines, but they're not always quick, so we'll see. 1743 to a 1747. GT40 takes it. Swap the lanes. All right, lanes are swapped. And the GT40 takes it again. So we're going to give that to the GT40 and it will move on. One of the only fast matchboxes I have. All right, next up, we got another Skyline. That's the black HKS. And then another Skyline, that's the anniversary one. Ooh, 1776 to a 1779. Not as fast of a race, but the red Skyline takes it. We'll switch them. All right, lanes are swapped. 1776, time to beat. They get a little bit faster. Well, the red one did. All right, 1770, and it will move on. Definitely have some faster cars than that Skyline, so we'll see how that works out at the end. All right, more Skylines. If you're wondering why I have so many Skylines, in this video, it's because I checked the Skylines for potential. These are some of the ones that fell out of the case and some of the ones that weren't fast enough initially but have settled in over time with the lubricant that I use, and so a lot of times they come back and they're faster. So that's why we're testing them out. That's why I've got a lot of Skylines in this little bunch. But here we go. That white one's metal on metal. And 1770. It's good casting, good car. All right. Swap the lanes. 1770, time to beat. 1774. All right, and the white one moves on. All right, so this next race, last race of this particular round is this purple R35, which is in that new exotics pack, and then this Audi Quattro 84, which was just in DXP's video with his Silver Series testing video. So we'll see if it can do anything on my track. $1765 to a $1790. All right, Skyline takes it. Let's swap the lanes. All right, lanes are swapped. Let's see if the Audi Quattro, no. And the Skyline takes it with a 1772. It will move on. All right, so this is what the next round looks like. These are your matchups, and we will get these guys on the track. First up, we got Track Tune versus Time Machine. 1752 by the Track Tune. Track Tune, that's a color changer car. It takes the first one. Switch them. All right, lanes are swapped. 1752, time to beat. 1745, that was good. That is a good time, decent time. All right, so the Track Tune will move on. Time Machine's out. Next up, that beautiful Datsun 240Z versus the Drifter Easter Edition. or Spring Edition. 1749 by the Datsun. All right, let's switch. All right, lanes are swapped. See if they can do it. 1745, man, both quick cars, but the Datsun takes it on this one. I got a feeling we may have some potential. Definitely have some potential for people to get in the case, but we'll see. All right, next matchup, the Nissan 180SX from that 90 series versus the Nissan Maxima drift car. Woo, that drift car. 1733. He might be getting back in the case for sure. Almost feel like it's unfair because like this track is cleaned up, and I think that might be helping some of these cars for sure. 1723. And that 1742 is not a bad time on my track, but the 1723 is it's pretty decent. All right, Nissan Maxima drift car moves on. All right, next match, the GT40 versus the R32 with the body kit. And that's what I thought was going to happen. Yeah, that R32 not as quick as I would hoped, but 1738. Let's switch them. All right, Skyline's got to beat a 1738. And not even close. 1744. Fastest matchbox I own. It's going to move on. A thing about this particular matchbox is I realize, and I could just be coincidence, there may not be anything to it, but if you're ever looking at Matchbox and you just pass them up because, you know, you're into speed, and I'm in speed too, so cause that's why I race them. But if you look, these particular wheels, I don't know what you call them, with these particular rims, I don't know what the rhyme or reason is. For whatever reason, these are their quicker cars. In my experience, Matchbox with these particular wheels are the quicker ones. It doesn't mean they're going to get in your case, but hey, it may be worth checking out. Those are the faster ones that I found. All right, let's do those Skylines. All right, Skylines are up on the track. Here we go. I think the purple one's gonna take it. And it does, but not by much. 1769. All right, let's swap lanes. All right, here we go. Purple Skyline, 1769. Barely ekes it out. 1749. And the purple one will move on. And I said Skyline. It is a Skyline. It's an R35, but you know what I mean. All right, next round. 240Z versus the track tune. Here we go. 1752 to 1754. Datsun barely squeaks it out. All right, lanes are swapped. 1752. 1738. Yes, sir. Datsun does great. And it will move on. All right, here we go. It's the GT40 versus the Nissan Maxima drift car. Who you think is going to take it? I think it's going to be the Maxima drift car, but we'll see. 1721. They're both fast. 1735, 1721. That is awesome. Okay. Let's swap the lanes. Lanes are swapped. 1721. Tall order for the GT40. We'll see. And not going to do it. 1730 by the Maxima drift car. There we go. All right, so you might be wondering where this Formula E car came from. I just had an odd number of cars, and so I just held them off to the side for a little bit, and now he's going to race this R35 to get into the championship. All right, here we go. Who you got? You don't know because you haven't even seen this car race. Here we go. Ooh, 1732. So this Formula E, I've got two of them. I've got one that's that McLaren livery, I think. And then there's this one, which I'm not even sure what it says, but it used to be in the case. It used to be in the case, and then it got funky, it got streaky, it wasn't running right, and I took it out of the case because I was like, sometimes you're on, sometimes you're not. I can't handle it. So, but we're giving it another shot. 1732, Skyline may be taken out. Here we go. And it will be taken out. 1745 for the Formula E, and it will move on to the championship. All right, here we go. Semifinal race to get into the championship. Datsun versus Nissan. Oh, woo. That is some elite time right there. 1716 is nothing to bat an eye at on this track. Again, only the elite really get into the low 17s, so that is crisp. That's awesome. Let's swap them. All right, here we go. Lanes are swapped. Here we go. Let's see what they can do. 1716 for the Datsun. They overcome. Will it do it? It will not. 1738 on that run, and the drift car will take it and go to the finals. All right, who you got? It's going to be the Nissan Maxima drift car. Came out of the Night Burners pack. I've seen that on other people's tracks, and it is fast pretty consistently. And so we'll see if it can, how it matches up against this Formula E. We'll give them 4 races. 1724 by the Nissan Maxima drift car. All right, let's swap the lanes. Second race, lanes are swapped. 1724. 1725 is consistent. It's consistent. Swap lanes again. All right. This Formula E is going to have to pull out something that it does not have. 1720. He is hovering around those low 17s. That's good. One more race. All right, here we go. I think this will be the last race. 1720 is the time to beat. See what it can do. And there you go. 1728 from the Nissan Maxima drift car. And it looks like he might be getting in the case. Definitely looks like he might have a chance. So we will give him a shot and see if he can battle in to get in. All right, be right back. All right, we're back. So the Nissan Maxima drift car, and let's see. This is your Gatekeeper right here for the back half of my case. Toyota 2000 GT. Let's see if it can get in. And by a mile. Like, that was my Gatekeeper, 1747. I mean, he just blew that away. I don't even know that I need to rerun it, but we will. We can rerun it just to say that we did. Let's see. Woohoo! And slow down a little bit on this lane, but that's okay. He is in. He is in the case. So he is coming back home. Let's test him against. Why don't we go against? He's running some pretty low times. I just want to see if he can make it off of this back half. We're going to go with Kroger exclusive Daytona. We'll go with that and put him up against there. You can stay over there for now. Let's see what they got. Look at that. Beats him by 1/1000th. All right, let's swap the lanes. All right, here we go. 1731. And we'll give him 4 races. Do we need to? 1725. Good night. All right, we'll swap it again just to make sure that, you know, it's all good. Gotta give this Daytona its due. Give it a shot. Oh, that was a bad run. Not a good run by the Daytona. Something happened. Okay, let's swap the lanes one more time. All right, here we go. Lanes are swapped. Man, It smoked it. Something happened to the Daytona. It's just all of a sudden not running good. That is not great. I'm going to test it on the car behind this Daytona just to make sure. All right, so it's going to go against this Nissan Maxima drift car. It's right behind this Daytona. I just want to see if it can beat it. And it really can. That was not a great run by the RX-7. Let's see. Did I call it a Maxima drift car? I meant Mazda RX-7. But anyway, Mazda RX-7 drift. Let's see if we can do better. All right, not bad, but it's not doing that. Okay, so we know that it is definitely going to make it into the top 24 because there's 24 on this side, there's 24 on the reverse side. So I'm going to flip it, and then we'll run it up against that side. All right, so this is your Gatekeeper for the top 24. So we'll give them 4 runs and see what they can do. Well, see what the Maxima can do against it. 1718. 1737 is about where this car is supposed to be. So he's running like I generally kind of know where everybody kind of runs. So the 1737 fresh out the gate, the evolution may pick up a little bit. We'll see. Yeah. 1725. Okay. All right, 1725 is now the time to beat. If I got that right, I don't remember what the Maxima got the first time. Let's see what they got. Here we go. 1726. Ooh, he's close. He is close. He is knocking on the door. Okay. Let's see what they got. He's close. 1727. Not quite enough. Okay. I'm going to have to run that. He's not getting over the hump. Because 1725 is what the Evo did. We're going to have to run him a couple more times just to make sure. They're really tight. So he may not make it past him. 1741. See, now the Evo's acting up. It does not want to do what it's been doing, but it's temperamental. They are toy cars. But yeah. 1725. See if we can do it. Not quite enough. 1729. But he is consistently beating that Evo now. But the Evo put up that top time. Let's give him 2 more. 2 more. 2 more. Hope you're enjoying it. All right, here we go. There we go. There we go. Look at that. 1714. I knew we could have done better. There we go. All right. Let's see it. I think I'm going to move him past for sure. Yeah, he's faster. He's fast. Now and then he just put up the 1720. Okay. So now we'll put. Let's see if. Can you take on? Let's go with him. Another GT40. Hot Wheels, though. Or is it just GT? Yeah, 1722. Yeah, if you notice, I moved up in ranks, but times got slower. You know, sometimes the cars just kind of temperamental, act up a little bit, but it happens. Ooh, there we go. It's like they gotta get warmed up a little bit, gotta get loose. 1734. on that one. Looks like he's faster than him. Whew, 17:25. He's consistent. Do one more try. And 17:36. That's it. Okay. So he is quicker than him. And so now let's see if he can take on, this is my number 3 Revert. See if he can take on him. Let's put these up. That is my number 7 car. What in the world was that sound? But look at that, 1704. Yeah, you're playing with the big boys now. It's a little bit different once you get up to this level. I don't think he's getting past him. All right, so he hasn't put up a 1704 yet. It's not happening against that. I'll give him one more run down the track just cause. But let's see what they got. Man, that Revert sounds a little janky. But 1716 slowed down big time on that particular lane. Okay, let's see. Since he beat him once, makes me want to try again. Let's try it. 1722. Was that just a run out of nowhere? Glory run for the Revert? Who knows? It might have been, but it can do it. I've seen it. He just beat him on both lanes. He's not faster than him. That's okay. All right. Nothing to be ashamed about. The Revert is a good car. All right, so let's back it up. Let's back it up one to this Tesla. This is the Tesla Plaid right here. And man, if you see those, you got to pick up like 3 of them because 2 of them will be duds and 1 of them will be decent. 31 to a 26. Okay. It at least feels good that these cars are running the way they should up here. That's good, but I'm trying to get this guy placed. 1726, time to beat. 1734. Not enough. Not enough. Swap the lanes again. 26. Time to beat. 23. Doesn't look like he is going to be able to pass this one. We'll give him one more run on here, and then we're going to have to back it up again. Go down. 1718. Never mind, I stand corrected. Car heard me talking. Just kidding. But 1718. All right, Tesla's got its work cut out now. That's the time to beat. 28. 1718 is the time to beat. All right. I'm gonna give him 2 more races. See if this Tesla can beat the 1718. 1725. Tesla slowing down. Last chance for the Tesla to beat a 1718. What's it gonna do? And it does it. A 1714 slams the door on the Maxima. That is it. We're not gonna belabor it. It slams the door on it. It's gonna keep its spot. Says not today, not today, senor. All right. So Maxima still has to be placed. Let's see about the Bugatti. Bolide. $28 to a $35. All right. Switch them up. Oof. Back into the 18s. Bolide said, not today. You can't even beat the Tesla. What makes you think you can beat me? Okay. 24 to a 26. They're close. They're a close match. It really is a close match. All right. You may have to back it up again. Maybe like 2. And yeah, the Bolide's faster. That's just the bottom line on that one. All right, so the Bolide is faster. Man, he may not, maybe I moved him up too much. Let's try. So this truck is actually right behind this Ford. The reason why it's up here is because it can't fit because of the way my case is. So eventually I'll get something different, but that's what it is now. So, but he already beat him. So lost to him. What are we gonna do? I think he's gonna lose to him too. Let's try the Nissan. The R390, I believe that's what it is. There we go. 1733 to a 1745. Okay, we may have found a spot for you. Of course, the 390 may be waking up. 1733, time to beat. 1722. Okay, all right. Up and up the ante. Can the Nissan come back? Keep its spot. 1722. Ooh, it's close, but not enough. The Maxima gets a 1717. All right, we'll swap them one more time. And I just dropped my car. I hope that didn't screw it up. 1717, time to beat. Doesn't look like it messed it up. Okay, cool. It did land on my foot, so that might have saved it. Okay, cool. So the R390 is going to go down a peg, go down a slot. So really, like I said, this one is really behind the GT40. So it's just going to be this speed driver right here. And this is it. This is for placement. 21 to a 35. Yeah, I didn't think it was faster than this car. But who knows? It might speed up on this other lane. 1721, time to beat. It beat it, but the speed driver got faster. 1716. Yeah, speed drivers, if you don't care about style or, you know, looks, speed drivers are quick. I picked up a slow one too, but it's got good metal on it. It's a good car. Good car as far as speed goes. And if you put like some actual drill bits in there at the top, like you can, oh, it'll speed it up quick. 37 to 29. I think this is where it's going to be, but we'll give it one more shot. I think it's 1716, time to beat. Yeah. 1712. Great run by the speed driver. And we found a spot for the Nissan Maxima drift car. So this one, Speed Driver will keep its spot, and you'll find this Maxima drift car right here, right there. And so everything else will move down. And yeah, I know what you're probably thinking if you've made it to this point. There are some other cars that are fast enough to get into the case. And my answer to you is I know. So I'm going to test those off camera, and we'll see if anybody else can get in the case, and I'll let you guys know how it works out. All right. Thanks, guys, for hanging in with me if you watched to the end. And I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you at the next episode. All right, bye. So now all of a sudden, my number 7 Revert, I was doing everything off camera, and my number 7 Revert has run the gauntlet and made it up to the, what is that? The number 13 or 12 spot, which is that Nissan Maxima drift car. And it lost the tournament, but it woke up. So we're going to see what it can do. Look at that. So close. So close. Let's see. I know we're in overtime now. Video is supposed to be done, but here we are. Look at that. Look at that. 1722. 1722, time to beat. Revert, getting it done. Hold on, let's flip to the same lanes. Let's do it. They're close. 1725. Right now, Revert is in the lead, though. And put him here. And slide him over. All right, let's do it. 1722. Still the time to beat. 1709. 1709. Playing with the big boys. Okay. Okay. I don't think the drift car is going to do it, but all of a sudden this Revert came out of nowhere, so I had to show you guys. And there you go. See, you swap the lanes, and there you go. So the drift car came back. They're close, but this Revert woke up and has a higher ceiling than this drift car. So here we go. Last race. Look at that. 1721. There you go. All right. So the Revert ended up passing the drift car, and I'm going to keep running it off camera, but there you go. So now this was actually the one that number 7 Revert that ended up, you know, having the most potential. So I'll keep running it off camera, but wanted to show you guys this, tack it on to the video. All right, later. Bye.